Hey everyone, this is Zori here, back with another episode of Pokemon Stadium 2. So you'll recall in the last episode, we took on and defeated the Prime Cup, which is the last cup that we needed to do to complete the entire Stadium mode, which led us to unlocking the Doduo Game Boy, which allows us to play red, blue, and yellow on our TV in twice the speed. So for today, what we're going to be doing in this episode is we're going to be revisiting the Pokemon Academy. And this time we'll be visiting and taking the gym leader class. So let's get started. So if you guys remember from our first episodes, we have the number of topics on the right hand side, and we're just gonna briefly go through each one. So here they start talking about dual type Pokemon here. So Pokemon that have two types, like a grass poison type, so the power of its grass and poison moves will be multiplied by 1.5 times, so that's the same type of attack bonus that applies even to dual type Pokemon. 2 sets of type matchups, double damage for super effective, and half damage for not very effective, and 0 for no effect.
No.
Type 1 and type 2. So dual type Pokemon is hit by an attack. A good type matchup for both types. So type 1 takes double damage and type 2 takes double damage. So this is where the 4 times super effective thing comes in. So Magcargo, perfect example. Magcargo's a fire and rock type. It's hit by a water move that's super effective against both types. And as a result, you get 4 times super effective damage. And then the exact opposite does the same thing, so you can get quarter damage for like Pokemon like Spinarak, which is bug and poison. Since both of its types resist grass moves, it would be literally a quarter of the damage that it would take. So overall, pretty simple so far. However, let's say that type 1 takes double damage and type 2 takes half damage. Basically, they cancel each other out to create neutral damage for the opponent. So water and electric type Lantern and similar Pokemon manage to protect themselves against electric attacks. So Lantern would take normal damage from electric moves. And then of course, if you have a situation like ghost and normal type attacks going against each other, that's going to be no effect, even if the move is super effective against the other type. So for instance, Golbat, which is poison and flying, is attacked by Earthquake. So Earthquake as a ground move is strong against poison type, but it has no effect against flying types. So in that instance, the 0 damage would cancel out the super effective damage, so it would take no damage whatsoever off of Earthquake. So you gotta be careful with that as well. Alright, got that everybody? Alright, let's answer this question now. Excellent. Here we go. Which type of move will inflict quadruple damage on fire and rock type Pokemon? Water. Pretty easy stuff so far. As we move on to number 2.
Pay attention, people, please.
So we're going to start talking about multiplied damage and match up math. So here we go.
Let me see.
Other multipliers. So here's same type attack bonus. Just like the term suggests. If the move is the same type as the Pokemon using it, it'll get a 50% damage buff. And then hitting a critical hit means double damage. So electric type Ampharos is battling water and flying type Gyarados, for example. So Ampharos uses Thunderbolt. It hits. It becomes a critical hit. So we get the 50% damage buff from Thunderbolt being an electric move. So that's same type attack bonus. Then quadruple damage because electric is super effective against both water and flying. And then double damage from the critical hit. So if you multiply that out, 1.5 times 4 times 2, you get 12. So that's 12 times the normal damage, which is insane. So if a move's base power is 10, its power would be multiplied by 12, making it 120 base power. That is insane, dude. Alright, you got that? Good, let's answer this question. Here we go. What is the lowest possible damage multiplier? 0. Alright. Status.
Let us now begin.
For topic number 3. Normally status problems don't stack or double up. But you can be paralyzed and confused at the same time, however. This depends on whether the status is indicated or not. So the ones that are indicated are what's going to show on screen, like poison, paralyze, burn, sleep, and freeze. They call them real status problems here. Stuff that's not indicated is stuff like confusion, curse, nightmare attract, flinching, and leech seed.
No.
So the conditions that are indicated on screen do not double up, so you can't be paralyzed and burned at the same time, for example. Sleep is SP, easy stuff. Any move that can cause a burn will thaw out a frozen Pokemon. The heat causes the ice to melt, obviously. However, a frozen Pokemon can still be confused or attracted. Incidentally, it's possible for a Pokemon to be afflicted with multiple kinds of abnormalities that aren't real status issues. So you got stuff like curse, nightmare, confusion, or attract. You can get rid of these conditions once you switch your Pokemon out. And then once you put it back in, then those problems are healed automatically. If it were me, I would use Mean Look to make it impossible for the infected Pokemon to switch. Good idea. Of the following, which loses effectiveness if Pokemon switch? Confusion. Remember, anything that's not indicated on screen. Alright, number 4. Set damage moves. So this is where they start getting into moves like Sonic Boom and Dragon Rage and Nightshade and Seismic Toss. I like to call them typeless damage moves. No need to worry about attack or special attack. So, for instance, Gengar uses a Ghost type move. It normally gets buffed by 50%. However, Gengar's attack stat is not great. And since Ghost is physical, its power depends on attack. So in this case, it would be better to use Nightshade. Alright, key points. Power stays the same even if stats are raised or lowered by support moves. However, it is possible to change accuracy or evasiveness using support moves. Even if Reflect and Light Screen are used, the damage inflicted by set moves remains unaffected. Give it your best shot! How much damage will a set damage move inflict on the target that used Reflect? That does not change. Rapid Fire.
Okay, fun.
Moves and tactics, so they talk about Fly and Dig. Of course, even these moves don't protect the user against Curse and Poison. So here in Gen 2, this is a new thing. So there's going to be several moves that can strike Pokemon other than Swift using Fly or Dig. So moves like Thunder, Gust, Twister, and Whirlwind can hit Pokemon using Fly. In fact, Gust and Twister do double damage when the target is up in the air. And if Sandstorm is blowing, the Sandstorm will even hurt Pokemon that are up in the air too, which is cool. I personally never seen that happen before, but that is a cool mechanic that you can take advantage of if you're, cagey or sneaky enough to do it. And then, by the same token, moves like Earthquake, Magnitude, and Fissure, they can also hit Pokemon that are underground, and Earthquake and Magnitude also do double damage when Pokemon are underground. Even if the opponent is using Wrap or Clamp, it's still possible to use Dig or Fly. However, your Pokemon will still be hurt by these restraining attacks while flying or underground. Also, if a move like Mind Reader or Lock On is used, the attack move in the next time will strike, even if a flying Pokemon or Pokemon is under the ground. So, I would say that could be the reason why Swift no longer works in Gen 2 that way, because, or at least not on its own. However, you probably could still hit that move on opponents using Fly or Dig if, and only if, Mind Reader or Lock On is used before then. Again, it's something that I haven't seen happen personally with Swift in Gen 2. But I would encourage you, if you're playing this, to try it with Mind Reader or Lock On to see if that works. So, as you've seen, range of tactics has widened even further. I will say Gen 2 does have really cool battle mechanics. Which move will inflict double damage on a Pokemon using Dig, Earthquake? Multi-type moves.
Let us now begin.
A key point for winning at the stadium. So that talks about same type attack bonus. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket and teach all your Pokemon the same type of moves, however. So they talk about Typhlosion here. You don't want to teach it all water moves, because if it goes up against a water type, it can only inflict half damage. However, if you teach it Thunder Punch, you can inflict double damage on water types, so they start talking about coverage moves here, basically. So if Typhlosion also knew Earthquake, it could hit Fire, Poison, Electric, Rock, and Steel types with super effective moves. So you guys, if you've seen previous episodes, I did teach Blaze, which is my Typhlosion from Pokemon Crystal, Thunder Punch, as well as Mud Slap. So those would be two pretty decent coverage moves to deal with Pokemon that normally Typhlosion would be weak against. And you saw a relatively healthy use of that in the Poke Cup episodes. So in Cup competition, you'll face a wide variety of Pokemon, all that fun stuff. Alright, let's go. Let's answer this question. Which move is super effective against water Pokemon and can be learned by Typhlosion? Thunder Punch. Alright, what's the next topic? Lead off Pokemon. I personally use Pokemon with few weak aspects as my lead-off battler. So generally normal type Pokemon are good to lead off with since they have the fewest amount of weaknesses. Same with electric types, like Flaffy. And Flaffy is so adorable. I love Flaffy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the pink or the blue tail, but Flaffy is super adorable. If Pokemon have few type mismatches, there's less chance for its weak points to be exploited. So a ground Pokemon that is unaffected by electric type moves, or a flying Pokemon that can't be hit by a ground move. If a Pokemon can avoid damage due to a type matchup, the battle is likely to be tipped in your favor. True that. Words to live by. The following which type has the fewest weak aspects? Normal. And then switching in general. They talk about waste-free switching. Switching a Pokemon that's unaffected by the opponent's attack. This switch is one that gives priority to defense.
Let me see.
So they use Dugtrio as an example. Magnitude and Earthquake, but they switch to a flying type. So even if the opponent launches an attack, so Earthquake on Pokemon like Skarmory is not going to do any damage because Skarmory is a flying type. So stuff like that. Which type of move does not work against Misdreavus? Normal type, since Misdreavus is Ghost. Reading the situation.
Let me see.
So Alakazam uses Psychic, and Alakazam is a Psychic type. It gets a 50% damage boost. Not only that, its special attack stat is through the roof. But what if its opponent was Blissey?
Pay attention.
So Blissey, in this case, has high special defense, but it has really low defense. So Psychic is not going to do very much on Blissey, but Headbutt, which is a physical move, would do more damage to it.
Very, very simple.
Even though Alakazam's attack stat isn't particularly great, it'll do more than Psychic would because of Blissey's higher special defense. Alright. If the opponent is Blissey, which move will inflict the most damage? Suit, Metal Claw, Metal Claw. And here in Gen 2 and also in Gen 3, depending on whatever type of move it is, it's either special or physical. The physical special split didn't happen until Gen 4, which opens up a whole new suite of possibilities when it comes to stats and super effective moves and all that. Holding an item. Okay, so this is where they start talking about held items. Poison Cure Berry, Paralysis Cure Berry, automatically use that when they're poisoned or paralyzed. So Outrage, they talk about Outrage. And of course the user of that becomes confused after 2 or 3 turns. So there's a Dragonite in the Prime Cup that uses Outrage in, I believe, the 5th match. And they kept using it against me over and over again. So stuff like that is what you gotta look for. Try making the Pokemon use Outrage, holding a Bitter Berry. As soon as it becomes confused, it'll get rid of that confusion. And then you can use Rest with the Mint Berry to automatically wake up, as well as give you full HP recovery and remove any status afflictions. The only caveat is that you can only use it once per battle. Also, your Pokemon, no 2 Pokemon can hold the same items. Everything has to be different. So there you go. Mint Berry corrects which that sounded weird. Which status problem? Sleep? Yes. I got all hung up there for a moment. And then finally the last topic is notes on eggs. So there's a daycare on Route 34 in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. You can leave a male and female Pokemon there and you might find an egg when you return. So they start talking about eggs. Egg may be found at the male and female are somewhat similar in appearance. The pair could be a Pikachu or Sandslash or Electabuzz and Magmar. Pokemon that don't look like anything, such as Butterfree and Girafarig, will not lay an egg. So this is called an egg group, and we can look at those in the library.
No.
So there is a section in the library for that. By the way, a Pokemon that hatched from an egg may have more moves by the time it reaches level 5 than a regular Pokemon would. It may even have the same moves as its parents. So TM moves, for example. So we pretty much saw a lot of this in the Little Cup when we did that episode. If the Pokemon in the egg can learn a TM move, and its male parent knows that same move, then the baby will be born with that move, which is nice. I would recommend using Ditto as a Pokemon to breed with. I think that's pretty much the easiest route. Number 2, moves learned by leveling up. So if the Pokemon in the egg can learn a certain move by leveling up and both parents know the same move, the baby will be born with that move already learned. So if 4 or more moves can be inherited, moves the Pokemon would normally learn before level 5 will be forgotten, starting with the one learned at the oldest. Okay. Basically FIFO, first in, first out. Incidentally, a Pokemon that comes from an egg will be hatched as a completely unevolved form of the female parent. There's the bell. Last lesson. If, for example, the female Pokemon is Raticate, the egg baby will be a Rattata. All baby Pokemon will hatch at level 5. That will give you plenty of opportunities to raise them however you want. I've never personally raised an egg Pokemon that I've bred, other than the egg that you get from Professor Elm. I think you get it after beating the Violet Gym. You guys can correct me on that if I'm wrong in the comments, but I've never personally bred any Pokemon other than that. Alright, let's answer this question. If Piloswine is the female parent, which Pokemon will hatch from its egg? Swinub. Okay, that's it. Alright. Pretty easy stuff, and then we can knock out the tests here. So let's see how we do. 80% or higher to pass. 10 questions. Which move is super effective against water Pokemon and can be learned by Flareon? Thundershock? I don't know. It's probably Zap Cannon. If a Pokemon has a status issue, which condition can still affect it? Attract. And I'll move my face cam down here so you can see the timer. That might help. Item is... that's the Bitterberry, because Thrash leaves the user confused after 2 or 3 turns. Which special attack move can Primeape learn? Can Primeape learn Psychic? We're already at an 80%. That's the max we're gonna get here. Ghost. So we have to get literally every question right from here on out to not fail. On electric, it's only a quarter of the damage. Flying? Yes. Which of the following is Mirror Move's move type? Flying. If a set damage move is used on a Pokemon that used Harden, how much damage will be inflicted? It doesn't change. Which Pokemon belongs to the same egg group as Cubone? Oh gosh, I don't know. Golem? Yeah, we failed. I feel like there's no point to the 10th question, so we'll be back with our second attempt. Alright, let's try it again. Yeah, if I fail like that, then there's no point in trying to continue. Which special move can... I think it can learn Fire Blast. Yes. If a Pokemon has a status issue, which condition can still affect it? Leech Seed. Yeah. Good start so far, 2 for 2. Which move won't work on Dark Pokemon? Psybeam, which is Psychic. Which hold item is useful when using normal type curse? Quick Claw, because normal type curse will reduce speed. Xatu learns which of the following set damage moves? Nightshade. Of the following, which type has the fewest weak aspects? Normal type. We're getting some different questions here, so this is actually pretty cool. What will the damage multiplier be if Scizor is hit by a ground move? It's Bug and Steel, so Bug resists ground, but ground is super effective against Steel, so it would be a normal one-time damage. Which move is super effective against water Pokemon and can be learned by Flareon? Zap Cannon? Yes, okay, good. I knew it was one of the electric moves. Which of the following is Water Gun's move type? If I would have gotten that wrong, that would have been really embarrassing. Cargo's hit by Water type. 4. Let's see what we get. Alright. That was a lot better. We did pass. Not only did we pass, but we passed with a perfect score this time. Alright. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode. Got a little bit more insight on how battling in Generation 2 works. I definitely had a good time bringing this to you guys. So be sure to follow me on Twitter at Zori Gaming. You can also leave your feedback and let me know what you think in the comments below. And also, if you're doing your own YouTube channel, let me know that in the comments below as well, so I can support you guys as well. So next time, you guys know that we're going to be doing the versus battles for the gym leader class. So be sure to tune back in the next episode for the more exciting stuff from the Pokemon Academy. But for right now, this is your host Zori, signing off. You guys take care. Have a great day. We'll see you next time, and thank you for watching.